Yes, we're so understaffed. You'll have one officer walk into a pod. No one's watching you. You can open the door, the inmate could be having a bad day, and just go off on you and start beating you up. And there's nothing you can do. You can't radio anyone because you're being attacked. No one's watching you, and you don't know when help's going to get there. There's only 2 people responding against 100 inmates. It puts everyone to where they're burnt out, where they feel like they can't do anymore. They get pushed and pushed and pushed to do so much, and it's never enough. And people just, they take that with them home. They take it home to their families. They take that aggression, that anger, that disappointment, that I hate my life. And it immensely messes people up.
I know you're doing like a lot of overtime, right? And
it ranges anywhere between 12 to 16 hours a day. If you're severely short-staffed on night shift, it could go up to 18, which we can't do, but there's nothing that no one can do for us.
have there been instances, can you describe them, where you had to stay longer because someone didn't show up?
Yeah, there's several instances where I had to stay almost 20 hours on a shift, asking the supervisors, I need to be relieved, I need to go home, I have to come back in a few hours, I'm really tired. And all I get is, we'll find you relief when we can. Yeah, there's several instances where a lot of the units, they have overdoses, and some instances the inmates, they die because we can't reach them on time. We're covering multiple posts. We're doing the job of 5 officers for 1 person. That's a heavy workload.
Have you personally experienced that, where you weren't able to get to someone who was overdosing in time, and what was that like?
It messes you up mentally. It just, at the end of the day, you're just feeling like, I wish I could do more.
Can you tell us how the understaffing affects security at the prisons?
Yes. More times than not, that there's this main entry point to the prison, which is an armed position, meaning that they're armed with a Glock 9mm to ensure that no one that's not supposed to be in the prison enters the prison. And a lot of the times there's no one there, the gate's open and anyone can come in and no one's gonna know.
Could the gate being unmanned result in escapes?
Yes, it can.
I mean, how could that happen?
For example, if we don't have the staff and no one's manning a sally port, which is another entry or exit out of the prison, an inmate could easily climb over the fence, walk out, and no one would even know. On a normal day, once we leave the prison into that checkpoint area, they'll look into our vehicle, look into our trunk in case, anyone's back there. But if there's no manned position, easy escape route.
Are the new doors foolproof, or have prisoners found a way to compromise those systems as well?
Yes. Inmates have figured out how to jam something into the door locking mechanism to where we won't be able to open it.
And how about the trap doors? Haven't they figured out a way to do something with those as well?
Yes. If someone's not paying attention, an inmate can easily push that trap up, place a cup or a water bottle, and it appears that it's closed, and you wouldn't take a second thought at it.
What would happen if there was a fire on a unit? Would that be a dangerous situation with these staffing levels?
Yes, it would. That would mean if you have enough responders, maybe 1 or 2 people opening up 200 doors, and we have to get them out in a certain amount of time.
What would they actually have to do?
We'll have to enter the building, open up 2 doors just to get to the cell doors. And sometimes if you respond from one side of the yard to the other, you're not gonna have that key set to get into those housing units or pods or runs. Then you just gotta wait for someone to respond with a key set.
The correctional officers received a temporary increase in their compensation, and that is going to go away soon. What kind of impact do you think that might have if it goes away?
If it goes away, you're gonna see a lot more people walk out. Imagine a day where no one shows up to work, and everything goes to hell. There's no one to respond. There's no one there to help save lives. There's no help.
Would you say it's already kind of on the brink of that right now?
It's getting to that point.
Does the understaffing lead to a lack of medication getting to the incarcerated people?
We've had times where we have, I believe they're CNAs, and they deliver meds to the inmates. Most of the time we don't have staff to help pass them out. Not saying that we pass them out personally, but we're just there to escort them. And they'll ask for someone to escort, and a lot of times no one can do it because we have a million other things to do.
What kinds of medications are we talking about here?
It's about psych medications, heart medications, including insulin, which is a major thing that we have to focus on. And if that inmate misses his meds and he has an episode and begins to attack another inmate or one of us, I mean, that's something we could have prevented.
Why did you think it was important to come forward and get this message out to the public?
Because I care about the people I work with. I care about inmates. I just want to reach out to the governor, the director, to help them open their eyes and see what's really going on. It can't be swept under the rug anymore. I've reached out to the warden, and all he says, I don't want to hear about staffing levels. Don't talk to me about staffing. Talk about something else.
And how did that make you feel?
A punch to the face, like I'm just a number. Like he doesn't care who comes to work, he just wants to see numbers on that piece of paper.